Thank you, Madam President. I rise for a point of personal privilege comment.
Proceed.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, I just wanted to stand up and just make a couple comments. I think we all need to acknowledge the horrendous atrocity that occurred in our country last night. I, like many of you, very saddened to hear the news about a lone gunman terrorist that proceeded to murder 8 people last night, 6 of whom were Asian women. I'm sure I speak for many of us when I say that our heart hurts for these women, for their families, their friends, their communities. These were human beings that went to work to make a living during a pandemic, and they never came home. I think it's important also that we acknowledge the fact that the odds that 6 of them were Asian is not probably just happenstance. There has been a marked surge in violence against the Asian American community in this country the past year. 150% surge in hate crimes directed at Asian Americans. I think it's important that we acknowledge that a lot of the political rhetoric that has been said across this country has had an impact. I think it's important that people realize that saying things that they may think are just silly or funny, like the Kung flu or the China virus, is dangerous. There are people out there, weak-minded people out there, that can be influenced by that language. That type of language further minimizes, denigrates, ostracizes, whatever word you want, a given community. I want us to be aware. And for those people that I'm sure that I'll hear later on from the day, they want to hide behind, this thin veil of plausible deniability by saying, well, you know what, he said it wasn't a racist attack, it was a sex addiction. To that I would say, sex addicts don't murder people. To that I would say, there were strip clubs in the area that were not predominantly Asian workers, and he didn't go there. So I think that we have to acknowledge the fact that this was most likely a hate crime. We have to acknowledge the fact that this surge in anti-Asian hate crimes has happened within the last year. We have to acknowledge the political rhetoric that has also been thrown around this last year. And I ask us all to be very mindful, to do better. And with that, I just want to say that we stand in solidarity with the Asian American Pacific Islander community here in Arizona, in Atlanta, and across the country. Thank you, Madam President.